like if you found the video valuable. When Nisha rents a cheap apartment in an old colonial building, she doesn't mind the creaky floors or peeling walls. But there's one room she's warned not to use, the room with mirrors on every wall. Her landlord says it's sealed for a reason. But curiosity is louder than fear. The first night she opens it, her reflection smiles before she does. And it's not the only one smiling. Full horror story. The reflection room. Nisha had just moved to the city to start a new job. With little money and a need for something fast, she jumped at the chance to rent a one-bedroom apartment in a century-old building with a faded charm. The landlord, Mr. Chawla, was kind, but odd. He handed her the keys and paused before saying, "Just don't open the locked door at the end of the hall." "Why?" she asked, puzzled. He shook his head. "Some doors are best left closed." Of course, that only made her want to open it more. The apartment itself was cozy, albeit dusty. But it had character, tall ceilings, wooden floors, and a small balcony that overlooked the busy street below. The locked door stood quietly at the end of the hallway, unremarkable but persistent, like a thought that wouldn't go away. 3 days later, Nisha found the key. It was taped to the back of a drawer in the kitchen, hidden but not well. She stood in front of the door, her hand trembling slightly as she unlocked it. The hinges groaned as the door swung open. Inside was a square room lined with full-length antique mirrors on every wall, at least a dozen of them. The floor was bare wood, scratched and splintered. No furniture, no dust. Just reflections, hers, multiplied, distorted, endless. As she stepped inside, the air turned cold. The mirrors showed her from every angle, but something felt off. She raised her hand and all the reflections did the same, except one. A mirror directly across from the door, taller than the others. The reflection smiled before she did. Nisha froze. She stepped backward, heart pounding, but didn't scream. Not yet. She closed the door and locked it again, shoving the key into her drawer and trying to forget it. Sleep came late that night, filled with uneasy dreams of eyes watching her from inside glass. The next morning, she noticed something odd. Her toothbrush was damp, like it had just been used, but she hadn't brushed yet. Her wardrobe door, usually shut, stood ajar. A faint scrape echoed in the hallway while she showered, but when she checked, nothing was there. By the fourth night, the reflections began appearing in her other mirrors, the bathroom, the hallway. Sometimes her reflection blinked a second too late, or smiled when she didn't. It got worse when the lights were off. She called Mr. Chawla. "There's something wrong with the apartment," she said. "The mirrors. You opened the room, didn't you?" he asked, voice flat. Silence. "I told you," he said, "it's not locked for your safety. It's locked for theirs." "Theirs? Don't go back in. Don't look in any mirrors. If you hear whispering, don't answer. And whatever you do, never look at your reflection if it's already looking at you." He hung up. But that night, the voices started. Soft at first. A whisper in the hallway, then louder. Nisha couldn't sleep. Every mirror in her apartment was covered now, even her phone camera. Yet the whispering continued. "You let us see you." She woke up on the floor, blood under her fingernails. Her phone was shattered. The door to the reflection room? Open again. Inside, all the mirrors were fogged, except the one in the center. Her reflection stood still, smiling. She turned to run, but the door slammed shut behind her. No lock, no handle. Her reflection raised its hand, but she hadn't moved. It mouthed something. "Your turn." The glass rippled. She backed away as the reflection stepped forward, out of the mirror. Solid, breathing. It smiled and turned toward the door, and it opened for her. From the other side, Nisha screamed. But no sound came out. Just muffled banging as her doppelganger walked out, leaving her trapped behind the glass. They say the apartment is still rented today. Cheap, always available. And if you ever move in, you'll notice the same thing. One room is locked. You'll be told not to open it. But someone always does. And behind the mirrors, the last tenant is always watching.